All right, so in this video, it's not in the title, but we're still talking about systems, which means two equations at the same time. And we're gonna learn one of the methods for solving them called the elimination method. All right, so what do we mean when we're solving a system? The last video, the first video in this unit, we talked about we have this point, is it a solution? And it's not worth it to be able to just keep trying points until you get the right answer. We want to figure out ways to find the right answer, the solution to the system. We can always do it by graphing. But graphing, A, you have to be really precise, especially if the answers end up being fractions and things. And B, it's pretty time consuming to graph, make an axis, graph it. All right, so being able to do things algebraically, using algebra to our advantage, is what we're going to learn how to do pretty much for this whole unit. All right, so we're going to figure out how to solve these algebraically. And our first method is the elimination method. It's called this method because we want to add or subtract the equations in order to get rid, which means eliminate, get rid of one of the variables. So in this kind of starting video, the equations are going to be kind of set up for us. You just have to kind of add or subtract, and we'll see how it works. And then later on, we'll develop some more strategies. All right, so in this one, we're going to solve this system. 3x minus y equals 4, 5x plus y equals 12. Well, I can't solve either one of these equations because they've got two variables. You can only solve an equation with one variable. But what I can do is use addition to my advantage. So if I take these two equations, I'm going to kind of do a little shorthand notation and add them together. What I'm really doing is adding the left-hand sides and adding the right-hand side. So on the right-hand side, you can see 4 plus 12 is 16. On the left-hand side, 3x's plus 5x's is going to be 8x's. And negative y plus a y, so negative y plus a y, those cancel out, and they're gone. So this is why it's called the elimination method, because now those y values are completely gone, and my equation just has an x. And now I can just divide by 8 to get x equals 16. One of the most common mistakes for solving systems is students are going to stop here, because I got to x equals, just like when we were solving linear equations, we get to x equals, you're done. But remember, for a system, your answer is an x comma y. You need both of those variables. You need to know both what x and y are. So how can we figure out y? Now we know x. What we can do is use our original equations. And you can use either one because you're trying to solve them both at the same time. But I tend to use the one with the smaller numbers, so I'm going to use the first one. So 3 times 16. Now we know x has to be 16 minus y equals 4. All right, now we just need to solve this equation for y. All right, 3 times 16, 30, 48, minus y equals 4. And I can subtract 48 from both sides. All right, don't forget this negative y is still going to be there. I only got rid of the 48, not that minus sign. 4 minus 48 is negative 44. And then I need to get rid of that negative side by dividing both sides by negative 1. All right, so my final answer, I figured out that x has to be positive 16 and y has to be positive 44. And that should work in the other equation. And now I'm looking at it and I realize it doesn't work because 5 times 16 is a pretty big number. Plus 44 is definitely a bigger number. And now I have to figure out where I made a mistake. And I made a mistake here. And I'm going to leave my mistake in to show that even I make mistakes sometimes. All right, 8x divided by 8 got me to x. 16 divided by 8, sometime I got 16. 16 divided by 8 is not 16. 16 divided by 8 is just 2. All right, so this should be a 2. Which means I'm going to erase all of this. Actually, I'm not going to erase it because it's good to keep up there. I'm going to put it next to it. All right, I'm going to do the work over here. So my second part was, now x should be 2. 3 times 2 minus y equals 4. And now the numbers are much smaller, like they probably should have been. 6 minus y equals 4. Subtract 6. Oops. And y, divide by negative 1. Y equals positive 2. So now my answer, instead of being 1644, looks like it should be x is 2, y is 2. So let's make sure that makes sense. Now if I plug 2 into the second equation, I get 10 plus 2 is 12. All right, so I fixed my mistake. But you can see by me trying to take this answer and plug it in, I saw it didn't make sense because it didn't solve the second equation. So that means I had to go back, find my error, and it was right there. And now I get to this answer, 2, 2. And that one does make sense in the other equations. Now I know that's actually the solution to the system. All right, so you can see little errors like this might pop up, but if you check your answers as you go, you can kind of fix them when they occur. All right, so now here's your turn, solve this system. And here's the solution I got. So I got -5/2, 3. I can see the work. You add the equations first, the left-hand side. The -2's are going to, or the 2's and the -2 are going to cancel out. So it's going to be 4y, and y has to be 3. All right, 12 divided by 4 is 3. Plug that into the other equation, or either one of these equations. Or you can use either one. The reason I use the top one is because it's not a negative sign, and dealing with less negatives is better in my opinion. All right, so I plugged into the top equation to figure out what the x had to be. And then I put those two things together to get my final answer. I also kind of double checked if I plug this number in to the second equation, it makes sense. I get 8 on both sides of the equation. All right, so that's our elimination method. I'll just do a couple more examples. I'll do one and you'll do one. All right, the only difference is going to be here. If I were to just do exactly what I just did, add, I get 6x minus 3y equals 3. And this didn't help me at all because I still have an x and a y. The elimination method should get rid of one of the variables when you add. So the only thing I have to remember is that I can't just add, I can also subtract. All right, so I'm just going to subtract in this case. When you're subtracting, really make sure you're careful with negatives. So 3x minus 3x is going to be 0x, they're going to go away. Y minus -4y, these negatives are going to cancel out and make it the same as a positive, so it's actually going to be 5y. And 4 minus -1, again, the negatives cancel and give me 5. And I divide. To get that y has to be 1. That's the only real difference. If you're adding, or sorry, if you're subtracting instead of adding, really make sure you're careful with the negatives. If you're subtracting a negative, it cancels out, and it's the same thing, it's just adding the positive. Right. And now, again, I choose the one with the smaller numbers, which seems to be the first equation. It seems like it happens a lot, but it's not always the case. I'd subtract 1, divide by 3, and x equals 1. All right, so my final answer should be the 0.11. Let's make sure that works. 3 minus 4 is -1. Yep, so it works in both equations. All right, so that's my answer. So really the only difference in this example over the other ones is we're subtracting instead of adding. And the only mistake students are going to make is just forgetting to do subtracting a negative sign is actually adding. All right, so just be careful with that when you're doing subtracting instead of adding. All right, so keep that in mind as you try this problem on your own. And the answer that I got was 1, -1. All right, so again, you're subtracting here because these are the same sign. If you add them, they don't cancel out. So x minus 4x is 1 minus 4 is -3. -3 minus -3 is adding, so the y's go away. 4 minus 7 is -3. And just to do something different, it seems like every single time in the examples I did, I was plugging in the top equation. This time I plug it into the bottom equation for no reason, just to do something different. Again, you could plug it into the top one, and I get y equals -1. All right, so my answer should be 1, -1. And if I check it in those original equations, both equal signs are true. So that means this is actually the correct answer. All right, and for your multiple choice, you don't have to solve another problem. It's just kind of that second part. Now we know y equals 1. What should x be in this equation there? All right, so solve that multiple choice and then start practicing the elimination method with the practice problems.